Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, the media quoted that Ruto has reduced travel expenditure by 500 million. But today, Ruto, while in Taita Taveta, he is responding differently. According to him, he's clear that he has reduced travel expenditure by 11 billion shillings. That is quite much far from what the media quoted. So who is saying the truth? And where is the report to confirm this? Between 500 million and 11 billion shillings. But above all, we are aware that the control of budget report is out. And that the budget of the government institution between the year June 2022 and June 2023. So it is 1 year budget. If you go through that report, you would see every state department, it has been mentioned, the amount of money they have used in fuel, lubricant, and hospitality. But above all, I want to focus on what the office of the president has spent on hospitality and travel, that's fuel. So if you read that report on how Ruto is spending, then you would wonder, are you in a third world country? Ama Kenya iko wapi? Because even those presidents who are in those better countries, they are not spending the same way this regime is spending, especially the presidency office. The reality is that Ruto has spent 2.34 billion on hospitality in Kenyan shillings. That is just launches for the visiting president and other state events. Then another thing we'll check on is IBC. They spent 2.12 billion shillings. Of course, we are aware that there was election going on in August 9, 2022 polls. That's clear. Then we check on judiciary. They spent 454.22 million shillings, the entire operation. Then treasury, on hospitality, they spent 339.46 million Kenyan shillings. Now, going back to what Ruto has spent on hospitality, now come to fuel and lubricants. 381.54 million. Hiyo ni ofisi ya Ruto. If you check on this expenditure, then you ask yourself a question. What did Gachagua mean when he said that they found empty coffers? They found a dilapidated economy. How do you spend like this in a dilapidated economy? Where do you get money to fuel cars? Close to 381 million within a year when there was no money. That's the question. So, this is a government that you can never trust anything they will tell you. But focus on the issue of fuel for William Ruto. Because we know, even in that hospitality, they are overspending. It is bloated. What Uhuru was spending in 1 year time, that is 12 months, Ruto has proved to be spending the entire budget in 6 months' time. But ask yourself a question. If this government is spending, if the State House is spending 381.54 billion shillings on fuel and lubricant, then if you do your math, you'll find that then Ruto is spending close to 1.4 million per day on fuel and lubricant. Siku igonga tu pap, ni kama anatumia 1.4. So let's assume that's about 50 cars. That is fuel guzzlers. And let's assume they're traveling for about 100 kilometers a day. Okay? Then that means 500 kilometers per day if you have 50 of them. Ama akona magari ngapi nafika 100? Hey. Then that means it's like you are walking a journey from Belgium. Is it Beijing? That is this is China, or from Kenya to Moscow. Come on, a travel leave. Or are they buying this fuel in US dollars? Ndio watumia pesa kama hiyo. Let's assume 50 cars. One covering 100 kilometers a day. So that's 500 per day. Wanaenda wapi? Ni mafuta tu na lubricants. That tells you that there is something that also lying here. This money is being used for other things. But if it's so, because also, the other day we were sharing a video here, you could see the kind of vehicles Ruto is using. Fuel guzzler, so many. A huge fleet of vehicles. That's a presidential escort. Zinafika 50, 80 huko. Even with all that, you can't spend this much. But they have done so. Tell me, where are we heading to? They are lying in the expenditure. They have their own figures they are quoting. They should tell us, where is taxpayers' money going to? What kind of vehicle are they using? Are they paying in dollars, and where? Then you say that you have cut down expenditure by 11 billion shillings. Maybe in other departments. But of course, this one has been reflected in other ministries or state departments. Ukienda kwa ya police, ukienda kwa Kithure Kindiki interior, everywhere. They are doing the same because it is starting from State House coming down. And this is the sad state of this country. While all this is happening, we have problem in our hospitals. We don't have medicine. You would think the president can do so when the citizens have enough medicine, which they are even paying for in the hospitals. We don't have enough medicine. This money can build a good hospital. Kivutha Kibwana, the former governor of Makueni, taught us that even with 300 million, you can build a good referral hospital. This money can do that work. Wakitoa corruption done. We are in a sad state in terms of our structure, our learning institutional structures. Hii ni nchi ambayo wanafunzi bado wanasoma chini ya muti, wengine shule za matope. But the president can spend this. This money can build a very nice structures for learning. It's happening when our roads are in dilapidated state. Nothing is happening. But they spend like this. You would think everything is okay and everything is working for everyone in this country. But the reality is the opposite of what many would think. Because you can't be a president of a poor country like Kenya, then you start spending like this. 2.34 billion in hospitality. Hakuna mradi ambayo unaweza kumbuka siku nyingine. Tu ni kukula tu na kukaribisha wageni. Hiyo tu. Recurrent expenditure. Alafu mnasema bado tuko na serikali. Hii sio serikali ya maskini. Remember, it is all happening in a country where some regions here, many people are going hungry. People are sleeping on empty stomach. But it's very clear in our constitution, in the duty and responsibility of the government of the day to make sure that no Kenyan is sleeping hungry. No a child in this country is missing education. Saizi hata sasa mambo ya education wameanza kulipisha na mambo imeharibika. Yet they are overspending as if we have so much to put in wastage. And that the state of Kenya Kwanza regime